The Lord of the Rings of Power is fueled with many mysteries in its first season, which is premiering September 2nd, and today we will be going through 10 of the main mysteries puzzling fans so far. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and without further ado, let's get right into it. At number 10 we have Where is Teherad? The village of Teherad, which from what we have seen so far will be a prominent location in Season 1 of the Rings of Power, which includes habitants Theo, Bronwyn, Halbrand, who from recent interviews technically isn't from this specific village in Teherad. And then of course we have Arondir, who is patrolling the region. From what we have learned, these people are under the watch of the Sylvan Elves, including Arondir, after siding with Morgoth in the battles of the First Age, so they are now under watch, which probably explains this elven watchtower and outpost here at Teherad keeping an eye out on the village. But where in Middle-earth is this village? Well, some have noticed the mountain range on the right potentially looking like the eastern mountain range of Mordor, and in these shots from the trailer we can clearly see the ground trembling and an eruption of some kind. So maybe this village is in the proximity of Mordor, especially in this region circled on the map here. Next up at number 9 we have Who are these priestesses? In the San Diego Comic-Con trailer we saw a faction of priest-like characters led by this priestess being played by Bridie Sisson. Who are they? One theory I had in the trailer breakdown video is that they are in the eastern regions of Middle-earth, and see the arrival of Meteor Man, I think that it could be Sauron. They do have magical capabilities and seem to be on the hunt for something. That is as much as we know so far. In at number 8 we have Where is this Balrog? An interesting detail revealed by Entertainment Weekly is that we see Khazad-dûm, quote, long before the Balrog moves in. So, is this suggesting that at the start of the season there is no Balrog in Khazad-dûm and it enters later on at some point in the show or even season? Where is the Balrog in this image from the trailer? Admittedly, it does look like the Balrog is underground somewhere, or even in a cave, which would line up with it being underground in Khazad-dûm, but that shot might be from a much later episode. Therefore, another question to ask and raise is this Balrog Durin's Bane then? Because of course, when we look at this Balrog and then Peter Jackson's Durin's Bane, they do look really similar, despite the fact that if you zoom in a bit, you can see that the horns in one curve up and the other curves down, so in design they're technically not similar. But does that rule this Balrog out as being Durin's Bane? No, as the Lord of the Rings trilogy and the Rings of Power are not in continuity, so both Balrogs could be Durin's Bane, and it does make sense if a Balrog is entering Khazad-dûm. Which other Balrog could it be? So whether the Balrog has always been under Khazad-dûm or moves in there, we will have to wait and see. Next up, at number 7 we have Where is Anarion, Celeborn and Tar Palantir? Luckily, we might have the answers for all three. I can personally attest and confirm that during the London event and Q&A period, showrunner Patrick McKay confirmed to us that they do have a plan for Celeborn, so that likelihood is that he will be in one of the next seasons. For the existence of Anarion in this first season, as Lloyd Owen has let it slip in a few interviews that he has, quote, raising 3 kids, quote, 3 grieving adult children, and that the faithful have left to move to the capital. So there is a chance that in season 2 we will see this other city that the faithful moved from, and this is where Anarion might be for the events in season 1. With Tar Palantir, Cynthia Addai-Robinson confirmed in an interview that we will find out how the Queen Regency will work and didn't want to spoil it. So at least the succession or transfer of power in regards to Tar Palantir's rule will be explained come September 2nd. Nearly halfway there, in at number 6 we have Where is Arondir from? Arondir is a Sylvan elf and is also from Beleriand according to Ishmael Cruz Cordova in his recent interview, so that is as far as we know about this character. We doubt we will see his home and kin in this first season, but that still raises the question as to where is he from, and specifically which elven faction. The obvious conclusion is that Aronde is from Greenwood the Great, also known as the Woodland Realm, and under the kinship of Orifer. However, the Sylvan folk who dwelled in the Woodland Realm in the Second Age stayed mostly far west from Beleriand, whereas Ishmael has said in an interview that he is from Beleriand, so we'll just have to wait and see. Halfway there in at number 5, we have what is the sword that Theo is holding and its importance. This broken sword, which actually now has the ability to grow somehow, remains one of the biggest mysteries for the first season of The Rings of Power, and it seems like this could be the talisman / object that Adar is after from one of our previous leaks. So if Adar is destroying and attacking villages and humans, potentially looking for this sword, then it must be really important. Casting ourselves to the lore, the main conclusion is that this could be Durin's sword Anglekel, which was made from a meteorite. However, this sword seems to have the mark of Sauron on it, and if Adar is looking for it, could it be a key to something of some sort, which of course shows its importance and why Adar is after it so badly. In at number 4, we have Who is Sauron? We have an entire video dedicated to this, but to summarize, this seems to be the main vocal point for Season 1. Darkness has returned in the form of Sauron, but we don't know where, and that is the journey we will be going on in Season 1 to find out where and who. Halbrand, Meteor Man, Adar, this priestess are all possibilities, but the reveal of Sauron will for sure happen in the final episodes of the season, potentially in an altercation with Adar, which we rumoured a while back. An underlying mystery here is the prominent mark of Sauron, which has appeared in a number of places in recent releases as shown on screen, potentially even being assigned to tell the orcs to go to Mount Doom. Maybe that is a mystery for the characters in the show to uncover that we already have. Continuing our list, in at number 3, we have Who is Meteor Man? The most popular mystery at the minute, and fueling fan speculation greatly, the identification of who Meteor Man really is leaving fans perplexed, and the main running theory is Gandalf, due to the similarity in clothing. Another possibility is Sauron, due to the fact that when Meteor Man arrives and is on the floor, there seems to be an Eye of Sauron circling him. The Blue Wizards make the most sense as they arrive in the Second Age, especially in the East, to fight Sauron, and maybe this is one of the two wizards and the other one arrives later on. An interesting theory is that Meteor Man is a Balrog due to his fire abilities seen in the recent clips. There are many more possibilities, but these seem the most concrete at the minute. In the penultimate entry, in at number 2 we have Who is Halbrand? The most mischievous character so far, Halbrand, quote, who is running from his past, alongside his home village being unknown to us thus far, is currently a big red flag for some Ring of Power fans, whereby he accidentally and coincidentally meets Galadriel on a raft out at sea, this far from his homeland. Maybe he was expelled or sent away, which explains why he is on the other side of the world. Some theories as to who he could truly be include the Witch King, Sauron, a predecessor of the Rohirrim. Whoever he may be is currently clouded in mystery, one of the more intriguing plots for the first season. At last, in at number 1, we have Who is Adar? Who is he? Why was he corrupted? Was he originally one of Galadriel's brothers? Is he Sauron? Why did the orcs see him as a father figure? So many questions to ask around the longest running mystery for the Rings of Power so far, when we first released his involvement back in November last year. Interestingly, his sword looks similar to Galadriel's sword here, the statue of the dead elf in this new poster, the swords in this first stage flashback scene, which as an update is not the Oath of Feanor, but instead contains one of Galadriel's brothers, which is Finrod and not Anson Boone, which some thought. We have seen many shots now that the orcs look up to him and even bow down to him here, to be fair. Adar even means father in Sindarin, so is he their figurative father or physical father? More importantly, why is he attacking the Teherad village, and what talisman or object is he after? Maybe this sword? Time will tell. Thank you guys for watching, we really appreciate it. This season is full of so many mysteries and more than the 10 in this list, so let us know of any we have missed out, and also which mystery you are most excited to find out the answer to, or even if you have any theories to any of the points above in today's video, let us know in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching, we really appreciate it. Make sure to like and subscribe, but until the next video my friends, goodbye.